Alright, man. Well, you know, I wanted to make a video right after the game, game 4, the day after, 2 days after even, but I was having a bit of trouble with my camera, but here I am. We got about 3.5 hours until game 5, and thought I'd get on here before it kicked off, and, I gotta say, what can you say about a game like that? Uh, you know, entertaining to watch as a relatively impartial spectator. I do want the Lakers to win, but not. It's not. It's not like I really root for either one of these teams, and both teams have reasons why I would want to see them win and why I would want to see them lose. So, if Boston wins, I'll get over it, basically. And, even when LA had the 24-point lead and they had the 18-point lead at half and all that, I never really felt that LA was comfortable because, as is human nature, when you get a big lead in a game, you're going to relax, you're going to ease off the throttle, and sometimes you just don't want that to happen. Maybe the best thing a team can do is constantly lead by 12, 14 points all game. That way you never get an excuse to take your foot off the pedal, never give them a chance to, stage a comeback. And that's what happened last night. I knew as soon as they took that 24-point lead, they're going to ease up, and this is going to get closer than I want it to be, and it did. Oh boy, it did, and there are no excuses. Odom played a great game. Gasol had his points. Fisher made his shots. People came off the bench and played well. The only Laker player, other than Kobe, who I'll get to in a second, that I remember not playing well was Radmanovich, who didn't do much of anything. Uh, Other than Sasha at the end, even Sasha came on early and had his points. They even got some contributions from Ronnie Turiev and Jordan Farmar and all these players, and there are just no excuses. The refs called a good game, if anything. I think they gave, bad calls went both ways. I'd say it evened itself out. The Lakers got contributions from a lot of different players. There are just really no excuses for what happened last night. You can't put it on foul shots, the refs, the playing in Boston because it wasn't in Boston. There's just nothing to say. It all comes back to Kobe Bryant and his, really just probably one of the most frustrating games of his career. There was just a lid over the hoop. Couldn't hit a basket until he started putting them in at the end, but it was too little too late. I felt that when the Lakers had the huge lead in the second quarter and at the start of the third, Kobe should have started driving the ball, gone for layups and dunks pretty much every time he got the ball in his hands, because he had not turned it on that game at that point. Even though the Lakers were up by a lot, he had no reason to just ease off the gas pedal because he had never put his. I think he should have used that big lead as a chance to, put some more space between LA and Boston. Should have just started driving and trying to get foul shots, trying to get easy baskets. I think maybe everybody else, you can't blame Lamar Odom for slowing down because he started off so well. You can't blame most of that team for easing up because they're a young team that has very little to no championship experience. And I think Kobe should have just put his foot on their throat because he had the opportunity to. He had not gotten off to a good start that game and could have turned it on before things got out of hand. And, oh yeah, in case there was any question to anybody out there, after that game we should never compare Kobe Bryant to Michael Jordan again. Personally, I feel that the comparison was stupid and has been stupid ever since the 2004 NBA Finals. But that's evidence right there. Jordan would never have let that happen. Not in 1,000 years, not in a million years would Michael Jordan have relinquished a 24-point lead in a finals game like that. And now here we are. Lakers are on the brink of elimination, but it's not over. Kobe said this in an interview the other day. This series is not over. So, tonight, I think the Lakers are going to win. I have confidence. A young team can get rattled by a comeback loss like that. but I think Phil Jackson will settle him down. He hasn't done a good job this series of coaching, but I think it's time for him to step up, settle him down. I think Boston's going to be worn out from that huge comeback, and I think they're going to push this to Game 6. And, I really hope the Lakers at least give me a Game 6, because after this finals is over, I'm out of the sports world until football starts in all likelihood, or the MLB playoffs. So, I hope the Lakers at least give me Game 6, and Game 6 is going to be tough. Very tough. They couldn't, a couple nights ago, the game, they couldn't even take advantage of Rajon Rondo not being very effective. They couldn't take advantage of the injury to Kendrick Perkins. Boston was short-handed, of all things. Boston was short-handed, and they couldn't take advantage of that. So to go into Boston against a likely more healthy Boston team, it's going to be tough. But if they can find a way to dig out Game 6, maybe Boston won't play well. Maybe Kobe will go off and have a 60-point game or something. Maybe one of the second or third bananas will explode. If they can find a way to get Game 6, I feel pretty good about Game 7. I think if the Lakers can push it to Game 7, the Lakers will take this series. The obstacle is Game 6, because I'm pretty confident they'll win tonight. I was confident they were going to win Game 4, but hey, you got to stick to your guns, and I feel pretty good about LA's chances tonight and in a hypothetical Game 7, but they got to earn it. I'm not going to say I guarantee or I think the Lakers are going to win at this point, because the odds are heavily stacked against them. But don't count them out. That's going to be a mistake, because this team is young, but they have a lot of firepower. They can throw out points fast. So that's my take. I will try and get a video up tonight after the game, win, lose, or draw for either team. But you might not hear from me until tomorrow. So see you guys later.